bring in Horace Cooper. He's the author of Put Y'all Black in Chains. Horace, your understanding of the situation right now, Black America, again, probably going to protest pretty passionately tonight after 5 black officers, it looks like, may have murdered somebody.
Well, there's positive news here, and that is that one of the things that Chief Davis said was, this is not about race. This is not about racial injustice. The not so positive is that there have been statements made, including those by the chief, that are likely to increase the level of intensity, the level of anxiety. We have a criminal justice system for a reason. Its job is to handle a thorough investigation, then allow for a prosecution, and then ultimately let a jury of peers make their final determination. When individuals interfere with that, that's when we have problems. Now, let me add, though, the protest grifters, whether it's Antifa or other people, are very likely to try to exploit this. And it could be quite costly to our communities when these people engage in the reckless and violent mayhem that some people call mostly peaceful, but last time it cost $1 billion.
Well, we know Al Sharpton is involved. We know the lawyer Benjamin Crump is involved. So the people who usually are involved are involved. When we get Harrigan back, I am going to ask him if these people that are already assembling in Memphis, haven't even seen the tape yet, are the types of professional protesters that you usually see, or if this is more of an organic uprising from, your average person in the neighborhood. And that will tell you a lot about what we're going to see tonight.
So we really need to have the feds investigate how these programmed, paid, sponsored activists that go all across the country, crossing state lines, so that they can engage in violence and mayhem. Every American supports the right of people to engage in peaceful protests or redress of grievance. What no one wants and what no one should expect is to have those in authority prejudging the outcome, nor having people have to get armed, people have to provide security, or God forbid, find that their places are raided. This is the kind of thing that even the family in this case is asking, do not do this, do not do this. But if the FBI doesn't tackle finding out who the sponsors are and how they are promoting the undertaking of federal felonies over state lines, this is going to be a problem.
Do you think that the way that this was rolled out by having 5 days of the police chief and local officials say, this is the worst video you're ever going to see, this is worse than Rodney King, drip, drip, prime the pump, and then release it on a Friday night, would you have handled it differently?
Well, I of course would have handled this differently. First of all, there's a Paul Pelosi tape that took multiple months to come out so that the American people could see it. There was no reason that it needed to come out Friday night. If, from a legal perspective, it had been determined that this video needed to be released, you could pick 8 a.m., maybe even 7 a.m. on a Monday morning and allow people a chance to have an orderly processing of this. What has happened instead is that we've given people 2 things. One, time to print up flyers so that they can engage in the unlawful agitation that I fear we're going to see. And secondly, you have no natural end point because it's Friday night. Whereas if you started this in the morning, you might be able by 10 or 11 a.m. to have people fully express themselves without it having to turn into something dangerous. Leaders should not have done this.
I would agree with that.